Episode number 24 of Cricket Pundits features a preview of match number 24 of the Indian T20 League. It's Punjab taking on Kolkata. The match numbers might change, but the duo of Mandira, Lalvani and Ayaz Memon remain the same. Mandira, Ayaz, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you, Anubhav.
Ayaz, I'll kick things off with you. So, your player picks for this contest.
Well, first of all, let me set the kind of platform for this discussion. It looks like a gross mismatch. You know, my commiserations to Mandira for the way Punjab has been getting hammered. You know, royal pasting that they've been getting first from Chennai, then from Hyderabad, etc., etc. But there is an underlying irony when you look at it. Three of their batsmen, KL Rahul, Mayank Agarwal, and Nicholas Pooran, are amongst the top 10 run getters. In fact, Rahul and Agarwal are numbers 1 and 2, and Pooran's strike rate is perhaps the best in the top 10. And despite that, why are they struggling? Why are they such stragglers? Bishnoi and Shami, they've not been taking wickets as frequently as one would have liked them to, but they've not been bad. So what's been going wrong? I think there are two issues here. One is that they seem to be vulnerable under pressure. They seem to crack under some pressure, whether batting or bowling. Remember, they once allowed Rajasthan to chase 223 against them. You know, that's rare for a team to lose after scoring 223. And then they can't seem to get wickets when the other team is putting pressure on them, like it happened with Chennai through Watson and Faf du Plessis. The other is, they've been very badly served, very poorly served by their overseas stars. So neither Glenn Maxwell, nor Chris Jordan, nor Jimmy Neesham have really done anything of note. The only exception has been Nicholas Pooran. And therefore, they have to look at a fourth option now. Chris Gayle. He's been sitting in the dugout for a long while. Is he the kind of talisman who can pull them out of this hole that they find themselves in? Well, it's going to be tough, but they have to try him out. Even if he's going to be a liability on the field. But Maxwell is a liability, in batting and bowling. So there's not much for them to choose. On the other hand, Kolkata have seemed to stabilize after a period of turbulence. They've got their batting order more or less right. I think Sunil Narayan getting wickets against Chennai is a big, just gives them so much more teeth in the bowling attack because, they were struggling a bit without him getting wickets. And they seem to also have a far better bowling, attack with Cummins. May not have got many wickets, but he's sharp. Andre Russell comes in and picks up those wickets in 2 or 3 overs that he bowls. And Varun Chakravarti, who I think has been, for my money, one of the stars of this tournament. So, my picks for Kolkata, it would be Chakravarti, Ian Morgan, and Andre Russell. And for Punjab, KL Rahul, I'll still go with him. He's still the highest scorer in the tournament. Ravi Bishnoi, he could turn things around with his leg spin if there is a little help in the pitch. And Nicholas Pooran, because he seems to me the one batsman who was playing the kind of uninhibited cricket that the team really needs. I mean, Mayank and Rahul have also been free-stroking players. But this guy just seems to have that little X factor in him to take things beyond and almost to a win. Let's see what happens.
And certainly looks solid in his 77 against Hyderabad. Mandira, over to you.
Absolutely. And I'm going to agree with Ayaz. I want to take off from where you just said. He's scored a solid 77 in his previous match. And that seems to be the typical pattern that's emerging for the Punjab team. Each of their matches is a one-man show. Whether it's Rahul delivering with the bat, whether it's Nicholas Pooran, but they're not being able to stitch it together. And therein lies their biggest weakness. They've got some huge names, tremendous hitters, but they're not being able to stitch it all together. Rahul and his meek demeanor in a way, he's not being able to maybe get that performance out or get it together. I saw an interview where he said something to the effect of that a strike rate is not important. And I'm sure many would beg to differ because that's how you steadily build up your innings. So definitely, Rahul is one to watch out for. I think Punjab is going through a huge confidence crisis also because they're languishing very comfortably at the bottom of the table. But you know what? Chennai was there some time ago and we said, you can't go lower. When you've hit rock bottom, the only way is up. So they really don't have anything that much to lose in terms of position of standing, but they have a ton to gain because they need to snap out of this kind of rut that they've fallen into. So Rahul for sure is who I'm watching out for. Glenn Maxwell, what a disappointment. Like Ayaz said, Chris Gayle needs to be brought in. And let's not forget, Chris Gayle today is considered a huge liability. And of course, his performances have shown that. But back in the day, Chris Gayle, was there ever a question of leaving him out of a match? His potential as a huge hitter, his swagger. And I just think it's time to change things around. And Chris Gayle on a good day is absolutely unbeatable. And I know he was down with food poisoning for the last match, but I have a strong feeling that this match, he will be brought in. Then Mujibur Rahman, a strong cry for him last year, in the last discussion we had seemed to have been answered. And I think he is somebody who will go a long way. So definitely curious to see how they play their players. Chris Gale comes in, will Mujibur Rahman still be given a chance? So those are my three. For Kolkata, they were spot on. Tactically, they were spot on in the last match to not let Sunil Narayan open and finally get Rahul Tripathi to open again, a clamour that we were sounding out for a while now. He was in his comfort zone. My first player to pick out would be Rahul Tripathi. He was in his comfort zone. He knows where, he's an aggressive, fearless player. He played brilliantly, set up the innings beautifully for the rest of his team. Rahul Tripathi, I would love to see his consistency, and I hope he's consistent, and we'll see another huge knock from him here. Definitely Sunil Narayan. Again, the tactical use of Sunil Narayan, they saved him for the death between him and Andre Russell. It was game over, for the opposition. So interesting to see whether they bring him into bat at number 4 again. Again, when he came into bat at number 4, I felt, he played a very typical innings, 17 runs of 9 balls or whatever. But unlike when you're opening, it was not a big deal. You play in that floater position, which is fine. There's plenty of depth left in the batting to carry on with the big hits and stabilize the innings thereon, but it's not such a game changer. So I think that's been a game changer for Kolkata, and I think they will stick with that. So Sunil Narayan, Rahul Tripathi for sure, and I will agree with Ayaz, Varun Chakravarti. That the mystery deliveries, the spins, and against a languishing, struggling Punjab side, and a captain who's under pressure, who does not deal with pressure well, and neither does he deal with spin well, especially after he settled in. So this could cause a huge upset right from the word go. So those are my three.
Thank you, Mandira. Certainly no prizes for guessing where my allegiance lies, but let's ask our experts. Mandira, your pick for this contest.
I am with you on this one, buddy.
Ayaz?
Well, to his company, series the crowd. I'll go with the crowd.
Thank you so much, Ayaz. I think this might be the first time when all three of us are rooting, or not rooting, but perhaps picking Kolkata to win this encounter. I think all three of us should perhaps sing Kodbo, Lodbo, Jeetbo in unison. But I'm just kidding. We're supposed to be as objective as possible. Thank you so much, Ayaz. Thank you so much, Mandira, and a big thank you to our viewers as well for having joined us for another episode of Cricket Pundits. This was a preview of the matchup between Kolkata and Punjab, and we look forward to your company in the next preview as well. Until next time, stay safe and cheers.